Kev, you mentioned the other night the three-point shooting that has come back with this team. Earlier in the season, when it wasn't there, were there any doubts that you could get back to this level?
No, I mean, we were shooting it well in practice. It just wasn't, well, I guess a lot of things weren't carrying over to the floor at that time. We just, kind of like I said, we had to put it all together. And at that time, I said it just didn't feel like us. So we knew, miss or make, our pace of plays or can be devastating. And when we get in the open floor, we can spray out for threes and get in transition, and those shots are there. So we thought eventually that would be the case.
I know he only played 6 minutes the other night, but Tristan, he's like you're his guy. I mean, do you see? I mean, I don't know. Do you think he's going to take a long time to ramp up after missing that long?
I don't think so. I mean, Tristan always keeps himself in shape. He was able to be effective really without even touching the ball. So, on this team, I think that's a very, very valuable thing. He can be put in with any lineup, give us a ton of energy. He can start, he can come off the bench. So just being able to use him in a ton of different scenarios, whether he's playing 6 or 36 minutes, he's very valuable to this team, and we know what he brings.
You guys were out there together the other night, right?
Yes.
Did you change the basic defensive coverage for those 6 minutes? What you guys been doing?
Well, our coverages, I guess 2 through 5 were the same, so it didn't really impact us too much that night, just with how we matched up with Atlanta. So I think tonight you'll obviously see something different depending on who's out there, with Nance and Lopez and Randall and those type of guys, and Kuzma. So we'll just, we'll see, and then depending on how long Tristan plays, we'll continue to figure it out from there.
You guys, in the last 15, 16 games, you guys were 6th in the league in defensive efficiency, basically doing it, with blitz and everybody else switches.
Yeah.
Can you defend at a high level if you go back to the way it used to be with the drop and ice stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the stats show, but we've had a lot of success with, I guess typical is the wrong word, but like our lineup with Tristan at the 5 and me playing the 4, Bron going back to the 3, 1 through 3, and just having our normal lineup out there. So we've shown we can do it. So I don't think it'll be too hard to go back to if we do decide to go that route, but we'll be ready for whatever.
You and I talked a few times last year about Lonzo when he was still at UCLA. As a UCLA guy, what are your thoughts on what you've seen from him as a rookie?
I think he's shown a lot. He's obviously had some trouble shooting the ball, but he's had a lot of great games, close to triple-double games, and just getting used to his first time around the league. So I think he's shown a lot of bright flashes.
Can you appreciate kind of the burden for him as a young player to not only carry those expectations, but a renowned franchise as well?
Sure. Well, what I love about him is he just goes about his business and just talks about winning games. He says nothing really matters unless we're winning. So I think him kind of speaking that into existence and also just preaching that at an early age is going to be big for him in the future. So I think more than anything, that's what I like. To see from him. Obviously, we don't like, we cross the lines. None of us are friends, but I've appreciated him going about his business that way, at least to the media and to his teammates.
When he first came in, he said that he thought, having been at UCLA and the attention that he got at UCLA would prepare him for what he was going to get in the NBA. I'm just wondering, from your experience, does that on some level prepare you, or is it just such a different level at the NBA level?
Well, I mean, Los Angeles is such a massive, giant media market. It's tough. I don't know what it would have been like for me if I would have gone from UCLA to the Lakers. It's even from that level. I mean, from talent level, playing Thursdays and Saturdays or Thursdays and Sundays to then going up against the type of point guards we have in this league while playing in Los Angeles. It's a hell of a burden, but at least on outside the lines, I know for sure, and going, working extremely hard. I know he's been handling his business well, so you got to appreciate that.
Have you had any one-on-one time with him in the past? Whether it's at UCLA
I haven't. Only from what I've seen in pickup and individual workouts with coaches at UCLA, but never spent really any one time with him.
Hey, Kev, when IT comes back, what do you expect this team to look like, especially on the offensive end?
It's tough because, unlike Brown, I haven't played any 2K with a number of these guys. So
AAU though.
That's true.
Do you think about it though? I mean, do you try to envision what this may look like?
Sure, of course. I mean, we always feel like our strength is in our depth and in our numbers, and but we've always been next man up. That's one of the things that we've said really since that first playoff run that we had. But I imagine he's going to come back and be himself. He's going to get double teams. He's going to make huge plays for us and step up and hit big shots. I mean, I imagine he's just going to come in and be Isaiah Thomas. Yeah. So we expect that.
Fan-wise, there's a natural buzz about him, in the anticipation of him coming back. What does it say about him as a player and a person that fans can rally around a guy that they've only seen play against their favorite team as opposed to for them?
I mean, it's I guess it's just who our fans are. I mean, they've grown to love a number of the guys that we've had come on the team this year and in years past, and I think a lot of hype around him is just him fighting back from an injury. People love a good comeback, and part of that is him being having a big chip on his shoulder too. I think people appreciate that, and it's for all the right reasons too. He wants to come out there and help his team.
Okay.
Cool.